I'm going to ask one more question. I know we originally aimed for about 15, 20 minutes, but I'm just curious. When you are dealing with pharmacy, is there a different engagement that you have than when someone else has, only because you've done the job that they were doing? And how is that different? How is that played out?
So I always take care of my pharmacists. So one of the things that I'm very cognizant of is I make sure I budget really well for them. When we're talking about startup costs and things like that, I always make sure we've got money in there for pharmacy. I try to be very realistic about how much time it's going to take them to do things. And so again, we want to account for that in the budget. And then even in looking at feasibility, I'll look at something and think, okay, like we had a drug. Well, you could even look at the vaccine, but we had a drug where once it was thawed, it only had like 4-hour shelf life. Well, do you really want to be playing beat the clock, with an investigational product when there's a lot of things going on in a pharmacy? And so I always look at those kind of things, and I encourage the pharmacists to get out and talk to the patients. If they're willing to do all the ConMed stuff, well, we build it in the budget so that it's at a rate that the pharmacist will do the ConMeds and not a coordinator. And so it's at a different price. But I think it's better for them because pharmacists know this much better. They're not going to have to go look up like, well, I don't know what this drug was used for. Like why is this here? So so I try to always take care of my peeps.
Now, of your peeps, I love it. Do you find that? So this is a question I've always wondered. If you're taking care of the pharmacist, how do you actually have a relationship with them that they know that you're the one taking care of them? And how? Because usually the clinical trial site is in one building and the pharmacy is in the basement of another building. I don't know how it is. Well, in your case, it's actually in different states almost. Yeah. So how does that play itself out?
So I have routine calls with them. Oh. So yes, so we have a call. We'll talk about, kind of, are there, any issues? If there's a new study coming out, I'll make sure that, okay, guys, you're going to know about this. We build out order sets so that we put those into the EMR so that things are ordered correctly. So we'll make sure that send that out. Does anybody have any comments? We alert them. Okay, here's new order sets. Every year, so we're getting into that season of budgeting. So I will reach out to them like, hey, how are you guys doing? Do you guys need a new freezer? You need a refrigerator? Are you all set for USP 800? All the things that we might just to make sure that they've got the resources that they need. Because what can sometimes happen is if I can maybe intervene on their behalf to try to get new equipment, or I can show, workload. We can show kind of productivity measures. So, how many monitor visits, drug shipments, things like that can help with, productivity measures. So when we come back and say, no, we really do need another pharmacist here. This is why. So, but we do have a standing meeting where we just talk about issues and if there's anything else coming up. Like the big one now is whether or not, all the techs, do they all need GCP training? Should they all get it, or should there just be one, or is it really necessary? Can we just train them on the protocol? So that was a topic last week. So
last week, what did you guys decide and why?
We decided no, that they did not all need to be. Where we came out was if there is one particular tech that is involved in the studies, and so they're kind of designated as that, then maybe that person, it would make sense. Yeah. If it's somebody that wants to, again, do more things, learn more, remember, like getting out of their box and learning more, then absolutely, we'll pay for the GCP. If they want to be GCP trained, let's go for it. But if it's really just somebody that, they're helping out, it's really the pharmacist that's doing the mixing. So they're hardly ever in there. Then we just say no, just on an as needed basis, train them on the particular protocol if you need to. And then we just document that. So